welcome to the Scratticus Academy. We are back with Eden today. We are going to quickly hop around and say hello to these lovely people. So let's start how we always start, Eden, and say hello to Hans. Hello, Hans.
Hey, I'm Hans. I'm here to play Eden. It will be great. Everything is great. What could possibly go wrong?
That's the spirit. And then we're going to hop down and say hello to Zelda. Hello, Zelda.
Hi, I'm Zelda and I play Vestal, and I just got grilled for 10 minutes over having a marionette clown in my room. He's not a killer.
There is also a giant bear behind you, Zelda. You're not like...
I like anthropomorphic death omens.
Just see him chilling in the background. Okay, and then we're gonna hop over, last but not least, say hello to the lovely Tiz Aliens.
Hi,
Hello.
I'm Tiz. Aliens are heavenly, and I play Coil. And I would like to clarify, I don't think we were grilling Zelda. I think we were concerned friends, wondering when there was going to be some type of marionette death occurrence. So it was just concern, really.
Real concern.
Concern.
If I do die, do blame the marionette.
Chucky vibe concern. But anyway, last week the our wonderful group finally found a business that looked after the Screen Children, which was found on a file within Coil, and it was interesting. It was a building which had no windows whatsoever. In fact, only one woman worked here at all. And there were thousands and thousands of rooms. Not quite apartments, but sort of very tiny, sort of cubicle-esque rooms at this place, where in each one was a person with a huge screen sort of in front of them as they sat there, reeling through lots of images, lots of information, sort of absorbing as much information as they could. And also each one had an android robot-esque keeper, one that looks very similar to Coil. And this is all in the Blue District, and it is in a building and a business called Screen Care. And we learnt last episode that most of the people within this building would be born there and they would die there. People rarely left. In fact, some of the children themselves were grown in this facility and went straight into the system. We also learned that Coil did in fact used to work here, and they had a responsibility. They were keeper of a certain student who for some reason excuse me, escaped, and it seems that perhaps Coil aided in that. And their student was Adam Watson. So we're going to jump straight back in to that scene. Dot has gone off to the bathroom to basically drop off the bugs that she was handing around as almost like surveillance. And JD, after speaking to Rebecca, has sort of... Dot's been a while. And she's not come back yet. So let's jump straight back into the scene where Coil, your hand is still pressed against this sort of screen, this almost see-through screen that has come up, where it's like a one-way mirror, and this other keeper android stands opposite you.
And this other keeper has just accused me, has just told me that I was bad at my job.
No, he said you were defective, not bad at your job.
Okay. And this is all kind of happening like in in my head, essentially. Like it's not an out loud conversation.
Yeah, this is not an out loud conversation. It's almost like by your palms touching, you are able to communicate with each other directly in that form.
Touching even through the glass.
Kind of, yeah.
Right.
There's sort of that blue shimmer still around its hand, which you can see is activated around yours.
Okay. When was I discontinued for being... I totally just blanked on the word for not working. Defective. I almost said disinfected.
When was I disinfected?
When was I discontinued for being defective?
And it pauses, and it's almost like you see color go across some of the lights on its face, like it's thinking. And it pauses. Around 14 years ago.
Where do keepers that have been discontinued go?
They have their memories removed, and then they are sent to the scrap.
That's not super helpful. Thank you for helping me. I appreciate all the information. I am still learning so much about who I used to be. Were we friends?
And it sort of, again, a light flashes across. Friends?
Yes,
What
friends.
Is friends?
I make a little scrunched up face. And then my scrunched up face changes to like big eye face. I am here with my friends now. So far, I know that friends take you places on motorbikes, watch movies with you, and siphon memories from you on living room floors.
And there's a pause again. Then I do not have friends.
I'm sorry. I hope that maybe one day you will be discontinued and you will learn about friends.
Will friends benefit my development as a keeper?
I do not know. Perhaps for me to know the difference between friends I have now and what I knew as a keeper, I need access to what you know as a keeper so that I can compare it to what I know as a defective bot.
And the sort of the blue runs all the way around the fingertips to the Sandroses. I must return to my student. I cannot teach you. I have no time. And it sort of withdraws the hand, turns, and just goes and stands back next to the child again.
Okay. So Zelda and Artie are the only, Vestal and Artie are the only people here still.
Mm-hmm. And Soren. Soren is still just behind you.
So, I'm going to go up to Soren and I'm going to take Soren's hand and I'm going to lift it and I'm going to press my hand against their hand and try and connect with it with Soren the same way.
Nothing happens.
What does Soren do when I do this?
Soren looks at you, looks at the hand, and looks.
My face is like scrunchy face.
Soren continues to sort of narrow, has very sort of like metal eyelids that have been created, so she sort of narrows as if she's trying to understand what you're doing. And then Soren turns to Artie. I do not know what it is doing. It is confusing me.
I mean, it looks like Quill's just thinking really hard.
Why are we holding hands?
Wasn't she just don't some robots do that?
I think that I am having a broken cable. Soren, will you please help me fix my cables in private? I need oil.
Soren is looking at you like, what the and sort of tilts its head. She sort of tilts her head towards you, lowers her hand, glances back at Vestal and Artie. We will be right back. Are we all going to the bathroom as well?
No, we don't need to go to the bathroom, but we could go someplace secret.
You can walk around the corner of the corridor.
Yeah, I want to go where no one can hear us because I don't want this lady to hear us.
Okay. Well, you can both walk walk back the way you came, down one of the flights of stairs, and just round the corner. And you probably won't hear you from there, especially if she's talking to the others.
Has at any point in the group, people have mentioned Adam Watson to me, right? I know of him. I can't remember all that was told to me in the first session, whether his name was mentioned.
More it was not good. It was bad.
Right.
And it's probably the reason for the trauma that JD currently deals with.
Okay. Soren, I was communicating with that keeper. Somehow when we were able to put our hands together, we could communicate. They recognized me. They said I used to work here.
Did you work here?
I do not remember. They said that I was defective and discontinued. I let one of my charges, my student, escape. That student was Adam Watson.
You see a very human reaction from Soren where she actually physically takes a step back, not away from you as in like, oh my god, but more sort of like in shock.
Right.
And she absent-mindedly just like runs her hand across part of her chest and down one of her arms, and you see a lot of bullet holes.
Ooh.
Sort of like marks where they've been filled in, before returning the arm very statically to her side. You were Adam Watson's keeper.
That is what I was told. I have no memories of this time. Wherever Crowbauer found me, it must have been some scrap heap where they sent my remains, thinking that I had been taken care of. We need to access my memories.
Agreed. For that, we will need JD. And Soren looks at you and takes another, sort of takes the step back forward towards you. So you let him go.
Yes. I may have even helped him escape. I don't remember. But I do know that whatever happened after he was gone, I was deemed defective.
And Soren pauses for a long while. You didn't know what he would become.
I don't know.
For now, I would say you did not know what he would become.
My face kind of goes blank, like my screen just goes black, and then when it comes up again, it's more like just a neutral face, kind of. I'm not trying to put a smiley face on, or I'm not trying to look happy or like make a cute expression. It's black, and then just kind of a neutral eyes, and then like a straight line mouth. And I'm not going to say anything.
And Soren sort of turns and looks, goes to walk back up the stairs, and then offers her hand back to you.
I take the hand.
And she leads you back up the stairs. And whilst this is happening, what is Artie and Vestal doing? Rebecca, the woman showing you around, is sort of looking at you.
She's like, where the fuck is everyone going?
I've lost two to the bathroom. The two robots have just gone. But she stands there looking like, any questions I can help you with? We can go sit in my office if you want, which is kind of the reception desk, but, you know.
I am very intrigued in how you have people here vastly outliving those on the outside of this facility.
Well, that they don't interact with most of the, you know, diseases and dangers of the outside world. Yes, we have a cure, but, you know, it can age you. They're very healthy. They literally get everything they need. It's designed for them. Their diets, their nutrients, everything.
I'm gonna take a step forward to her, and like I'm kind of hunching over, and I'm gonna like stand up to my full height, which is probably near 6 feet tall, and look at her with my pupilless yellow eyes and just say, please, I'd asked you to take me to them. I want to see them.
Who specifically?
Your oldest. First.
Yes, of course. I mean, understand you can't interact, but I can show you.
Thank you.
Would you like to follow me? And I'm sure your friends will catch up. We'll meet them back on the way down. And Coil, at that point, you can round the corner with Soren as you see Vestal moving with Rebecca. Does Artie follow? Or
Oh yeah, definitely. Trying to keep an eye on Vestal, but also concerned because everyone disappeared now.
Everyone is gone. And you walk up more and more flights of steps, more and more and more, and it's quite a walk. And you finally come to a corridor with one door at the very end.
Is there anything I observe on it? Like, is there like glass walls where I can see into rooms and stuff on the way?
There are no glass doors, no glass walls or anything like this. You did see from earlier with how Coil interacted with the other one that you know effectively a glass, almost like a one-way window, a one-way mirror can come up and you can look in that way. So you assume she can activate that somehow.
Stick around.
Otherwise, there are no windows at all. And you assume from how she's described it, it's to keep them fully isolated.
Please, I'm not allowed to talk to them at all?
No, they've been in isolation for so long and we don't want to interrupt their thought process. And plus, this is one of the few we study for, for medical side, because medical uses, not uses, that's the incorrect, for information. As we said, they're very old. And she sort of walks up to this door at the end of this corridor. And she puts her hand on one of the panels, and that two-way mirror comes up. And you see a very, very old woman sat in the chair with a keeper by their side, just with their hand resting on the chair. And again, she's in front of a screen and flashing all these images over and over.
Could I possibly attempt to read her memory or her mind?
Yes. Roll an intellect for me, please. Or is it just an ability you have?
I can read the surface thoughts of a creature within short range, even if they don't want me to. Must be able to see the target. Once you have established contact, you can read the target's thoughts for up to 1 minute. If you have a target move out of range, the connection is broken.
Okay, I'll say you can just do that then.
Just call.
Yeah, you can step forward. You step forward, and you can see her through this two-way mirror. You get the sense she definitely can't see you. Sorry, one-way mirror. And as you reach out, you hear words, information, as if she's reading what's on the screen, but it's like she's reading them at 100 miles per hour. It's almost, you can understand it, but it sounds almost like gibberish because it's almost forming one long sentence as it runs through. And you hear the word Eden mentioned a lot. You hear the OTC, you hear the general sort of setup of the society. You hear she learns, as you see history going through, and you hear be good, be kind, and as it keeps rolling through all of this.
Does it seem to be repeating?
This one does seem to be fairly repetitive, more because the subject looks to be focused on Eden itself, not necessarily repeating the same thing over and over again. And as you reach out and read this woman's mind, you hear these words over and over again, and then everything stops as if silence comes to her mind, and you hear nothing. And slowly her chair spins around and she looks directly at you and smiles. And you see a crystal in the middle of her forehead.
Can I try to, because I'm mildly connected, say something in my own mind to see if she responds?
Yeah, you can try. What are you saying? And then roll an intellect. Just a straight up intellect check for me, please.
I am going to ask why she is in this building, like as a specific, like what are they keeping you here for? In fact, that's a pretty good, what are they keeping you here for?
Okay.
That's a 16.
That's a good one. 5. Okay. As you reach out, she looks at you. Her lips don't move. And that smile sort of not disappears, it just lessens. And she tips her head almost as if she's observing you, looking you up and down. Again, you know this is a one-way mirror. She shouldn't be able to see you. I stay alive here.
You could have also lived outside of these walls. Did you know?
I do know. I chose to come in here.
Do you happen to know anything about the crystal? What they have embedded in you?
And there's a pause. It was gifted to me.
If I look at the crystal, like I try and give it a really hard look, does it look completely like intact, pure? Does it differ from mine at all?
It's basically identical to yours in every way. There's a sort of dullness to it, but almost as if it's aged with the woman.
They tell me you're about 140. Is that true?
Well, that's how long I've been here.
How long were you outside the walls?
And there's that quirk of a smile again. A very long time. I forget.
Is there anything else you can tell me about this? It was given to me, and I never heard anything about it.
There is a reason you have it. It was gifted like mine was gifted to me. And then it's almost like the voice changes slightly, almost to a childlike voice, as if you're hearing a memory of this woman. The pretty lady gave it to me. Golden hair, nice smile. And then her voice draws back to that very calm, more adult voice. It was good to meet you, Vestal. And she turns the chair back round and faces the screen again.
It was good to meet you too. And I'll just tap on the glass twice and thank you. I've gathered more information than I thought. I'm talking to the lady who led us here.
Yeah, Rebecca's sort of looking at you like, everything okay? I'm afraid they won't hear you. They can't. Part of the system.
Not. It's funny, if you could see what I have connected to me, and you didn't say anything.
Why would I? Everyone's different.
Outside these walls, this is not a common occurrence.
No, but who am I to judge? Eden is a large place. I mean, I don't know what. I don't know.
Do they know what they can do? Do you teach them?
Do what?
I will just almost radiate what magic I have, and just it'll show up in like the glow of my tattoos or whatever.
Is it?
And they'll just...
That's pretty clever. How'd you do that?
I'll just point to the crystal.
Oh, that's rather fancy. Can anyone get, one of those?
Not everyone.
And she sort of just smiles sweetly, almost like, you can tell she probably thinks it's some sort of fashion statement.
Is there anyone in this building that actually studies them?
No, not really. I just sort of maintain it and make sure everything keeps running. I mean, the odd one has visitors now and then. Families that have dropped their child off and they don't interact with them, but they want to see how they're doing. Things like that, We have stopped that now. after an incident, but the otherwise, it's, it was a fairly common occurrence.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And she sort of smiles quite sweetly at you.
I'll return a hesitant smile, and it did Artie come with me? Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Everyone walked up with you, I believe.
Oh, everyone's here.
Lovely. Yeah, other than JD and Dot. You can see Soren and Coil holding hands at the back, catching up with you.
How much of that was verbal? Like, none of it, pretty much?
You can only hear Vestal talking to Rebecca. You can, however, you did see the woman turn round, and you've seen Vestal's crystal in the center of the forehead, so you can easily make the association, but you don't hear the words.
Cool.
Poor Artie being left out of it all over again.
I'll put a hand on Artie's shoulder and I'll explain later.
Hey, yeah, I know how having people that you meet that you don't expect goes.
Well, I am happy with what I know. Is there anything else you'd like to inquire about? Artie, Coil?
Do we want to go see her office and
I
wait there?
I can show you my office. It's kind of the reception desk, but there's a nice bit out the back where we can have a cup of tea or something till your friends are done.
Yes, I would love to see your office.
Okay, follow me. And she's quite small, and she sort of shuffles down this corridor quite quickly as you start to head down the steps again. As you sort of come back into the foyer, and you see this huge over-the-top desk for this one woman that is very bare. There's really not anything on it. And a door behind, which she opens, where you see a much smaller office, which seems to be more suited to what she actually does. You see a couple of screens, but otherwise there are a few chairs and a desk, and she sort of quickly pulls them out to all of you.
Well, actually, sorry, before she does that, as soon as she steps in the door, I want to step up right behind her and knock her unconscious.
Could you roll me a might check, please?
I want to speed walk past everyone and be like, show me your office. Poof!
Roll me a might check, please. Straight up.
Ooh.
Okay.
Come on, she's little and fragile.
This poor woman. Just trying to do her job. And yeah, describe it to me. How'd you knock her out?
I keep in my blade.
Are you getting the butter knives out, not the blade?
I get the paddles. No. No, I'm just gonna kind of lift my arm up like this and just kind of conk her over the head.
Yeah,
but I want to do it once she stepped in, so I kind of step behind her and then knock her out and then push her. So if there were something facing the door, like a camera looking at her door, it would look like I just followed her into the office and we went,
Yeah, no, you can do that. And Artie and Vestal, you've just seen Coil walk up behind this poor woman, and knock her out. You can see Soren sort of panic slightly, hold side, sort of grab her and pull her off to the side.
Coil, we don't usually do that.
I'm sorry. I completely understand that this may be alarming to you, but we don't have time to continue sneaking around. I have found out some alarming information, and we need access to whatever her computer can give us.
Okay, yeah, we can do that. Usually when there are people who are doing things that are bad, though, we just have tea with them anyways, and it's usually fine. But
I do not drink tea, so I thought it would be best if we just skipped all of this.
I mean, I don't know how long Dot and JD are going to be, but last time I was able to like take at least 5 minutes just asking what kind of teas people had. It's, sometimes they have a lot of teas.
Soren looks over from Coil to Artie and is like, I drink tea.
Why
Yeah.
do you drink tea, but I don't drink tea? Can I drink tea?
JD added a function for me to drink tea.
Actually, quite nice.
It is most enjoyable and social. It makes people feel more comfortable at the coffee shop. And also when I sit with Artie and have a pot of tea, it's not as strange as it was before.
Also, knocking people out makes them uncomfortable.
Like Soren's holding
And-
this woman like bridal style, looking at you, waiting to be told what to do with her.
Is there a computer in
There
her
are lots of
office?
screens. There's
Fuck, we don't have JD with us.
JD's in the
Um,
bathroom.
JD's in the bathroom.
I can do computers.
Yeah.
I can handle that.
Oh, Artie can do computers. Okay, so
Yeah,
there are a bunch of.
I can handle that.
Soren
Um,
holds this woman. Is like, where do I put Rebecca?
Someplace where she will be comfortable when she wakes up. Perhaps a chair. Maybe we can boil some water so she has tea.
And Soren, actually, you see, there's almost what you could interpret as a smile as she walks over to the closest chair. And you can see she's really trying to be delicate. Like she's trying to she sits Rebecca down in this chair and like Rebecca's head lolls and Soren keeps trying to straighten it up. It lolls back down again.
So do you want to maybe help Soren with that, and I'll see if I can get into this computer system?
Oh, yes. Alice, is there like a hanging light or something above where Coil knocked out this lady?
There's not a hanging light. There are lights on the ceiling, like
the paneled lights?
Yeah. Fixed into the ceiling. Like they're like lights from projecting from the ceiling rather than actual fixtures.
Oh god, I wanted to make it look like one of them fell so we didn't get in trouble.
I stress again, there are screens. There are other things in this room.
I want to go with Artie to one of the computers.
Okay, Vesta, what are you doing then if you're not gonna drop a light on this woman?
You could still drop the light on the woman. It could be like a freak ceiling cave-in.
Explosion, yeah, because they're literally built into the ceiling.
So you're saying one of these screens could have fallen off the wall and hit her?
I mean, it would be at a very interesting angle, but
that's good enough for me. I'm gonna see if I can take one of the screens off the wall and just like hit it to make it look like it took some kind of impact, and then lay it on the floor beside her.
So I thought you were gonna hit her with it. I was like,
no.
I was like, Zelda, no.
We gotta make it look real.
But yeah, you can do that. You can take it off the wall fairly easily. It's almost like a sheet of glass and just drop it. As she lolls in the chair while Soren is still trying to prop her head up so she doesn't get like a crick in her neck.
And I'll just stand by Soren and like just squat down and try and see if she's actually okay.
Just medical check. She's dead.
Right?
Could you roll me an intellect check, please, Vestal?
Oh, that's a 0.
Well, to Vestal, she could be dead. So. But Soren seems fine with sort of just propping this woman up in the chair. And you see Soren reach for a coat that's up on almost like on the back of one of the chairs and just starts rolling it up to prop it underneath this woman's shoulder. Artie, what are you looking for?
So it's a computer, and it has information on it. Yep. So we're going to do that. Also, Artie has a new ability, which I have not unveiled until now, which is called Hack the Impossible. And I am putting it in chat. But basically, if it's a computer, I can get stuff off of it.
Perfect.
I want to update both Artie and Vestal on what I learned from the robot, from the Keeper.
Okay, so Coil, short version is you were Adam Watson's keeper, and you let him go, and you were decommissioned for letting him go, and Crowbar put you back together, which was a choice, and then now you knock this lady out. Am I forgetting anything there?
I do not believe so. I'm still not sure why I have knives in my arms and in what situation those were used for the children in this facility. Perhaps Crowbar stitched me together with a different type of bot. These are questions for another time.
I mean, I only knew Crowbar a little bit, but I think she definitely would have put knives into a robot's arms. Okay, so I should maybe just look for information about Adam Watson, about you. What do you want me to try to look for?
If you could access files on Adam Watson, what should you look for?
How about
My memories may provide the most complete information. Anything they have on Adam Watson may only be from their perspective. If we were able to access my memories, we would be able to see Adam Watson in some of his most intimate moments, and perhaps the day or night, the time that he escaped.
So you want me to try to find more of your memories if I can?
Yes.
Okay, I'll see what I can do. So I am hacking the impossible, and I've got a computer system here.
You start to see lots of information pop up. You sort of bypass these passwords with ease as if it's nothing. And there are quite a few screens on this desk, and lots of things start popping up. Some of them surveillance footage, where you see who almost could be Coil stood in a room with a sort of 17-year-old Adam Watson, and they're talking. You can't hear what they're saying. It seems to be just light conversation, nothing of interest. As he sort of goes back to the screen, you can see this past Coil gesturing to the screen and Adam Watson turning back. You see, again, some other people being sort of ferried in, shown around the building. What you can assume are like maybe parents or things. They stop and they look into his cubicle, and then you see a lot of files just on his like test scores, looking at all the information he's processing, and you can just see fail, fail, fail. He does not seem to be reaching potential. However, you do see it start to grow, his intellect grow as you go throughout the years, as he's sort of effectively studying. And after a while, you notice something as you run through all of this surveillance footage over and over again. He has a visitor that comes to him regularly, doesn't interact, very much like you, looks through the one-way mirror and chats to, you can see not Rebecca, but someone in a very similar uniform, and different multiple ones who you can assume possibly worked here or are on a shift. And you see the blonde woman with sort of big curly hair that she ties back, jeans, t-shirt, boots, leather jacket, but nothing really defining, but you recognize it from the photos. you saw down on the ship. And you notice she visits on the same date once a month. Just same thing. Turns up with the person showing them around, stays, watches for about 10 minutes, and then leaves again. And this goes on for quite a while, until you can see him coming up closer to the age where you feel like you recognize him more. He's starting to look a bit older. And you notice he's talking with Coil more and more. He actually seemed to be holding a full-on conversation. Coil is no longer just standing by his side. They're interacting. And then another woman, completely different woman, long, very dark hair, very simple clothes, very slowly walks down the corridor, unaided by someone showing them around or someone in uniform, and looks through this one-way mirror and sort of tips her head to look, goes to the next cubicle, does the same, observes the child in there, and sort of goes along each cubicle before returning to Adam Watson's. And stays there. You realize as the time speeds up on the surveillance, she stands there for about 6 hours, unmoving. She disappears, leaves, and you notice she starts to come back almost as regularly as the blonde woman. Until one day she comes in, and you see very much how Coil did. She holds a hand out to the glass. And you see on this footage, Coil take a second and have a look. Walk over to the glass. Adam Watson stands up, smiles, and is almost like a shudder as Coil sort of judders very violently just for a brief second, almost ecstatic. And the surveillance footage you see starts to crackle and sort of become disorientated as this woman turns and looks up at the camera with a smile before it goes blank.
So I was typing that all up as fast as I could. And what does this woman look like?
She had long, dark hair that
Mm-hmm.
she just left loose. As she turns up to look at the camera, you can see blue eyes, but the only way I can describe it is a very plain face, plain clothes. Everything is one color. Everything is very squarish in shape, almost medical.
Okay, and Artie is not good with people, so I will probably end there, but there's no immediate facial reaction of it being someone I know, yeah?
Yeah, it's no one you know. The only one you recognize is the blonde woman from the photos.
Right, and it's consistently the same lady in all of these, so... Okay. Is there a date, like a specific date, that she is coming up and seeing Adam Watson at regularly? You said it was the same day of the month.
No, that was the blonde woman came to see him every day.
Right.
The one with the dark hair. You can check the date that Adam Watson seems to have been when this last footage happened. And it's around 8 years ago.
What?
Hey, you were on that scrap heap for like 8 years. That's not a big deal.
That doesn't make any sense. The keeper that I spoke to said that I was discontinued 14 years ago.
I'm just reading timestamps off of this video. I don't know what it's supposed to mean. Do you think the footage is tampered with, or do you think the keeper is tampered with?
I
Can
don't.
robots lie?
Yes, I can lie. I think that we are fine and there's nothing to worry about.
Okay, but you also just knocked someone out. And I'm thinking this is not the normal keeper behavior because none of those people have been knocked out. And in the video, no one gets knocked out.
I know, I was just telling a lie to prove to you that robots can lie.
But I'm feeling like, and I mean this, okay, Vestal, this is going to sound bad, right? When I say that she's probably broken.
Even Soren looks at Artie like,
Coil makes a very mad face.
Look, you just knocked somebody out.
Coil like gets that like little like emote that they get that's like the little like stress marks. I am not broken. I have been painstakingly repaired by Crowbar and have woken up in perfect condition. Although I was discontinued for being defective, I am no longer defective. I de-escalated the situation because we weren't getting anywhere. I'm trying to help us. I am not broken.
We could have asked the lady if we could see this video, and she might have said yes.
And she might have said no, and she might have tried to stop us. We don't have time. I did what I thought we needed to do. It doesn't make me broken.
Artie, I think that was a bad choice of words.
Well, I asked you if it was going to be a bad choice of words. I guess I should have said that part first. But yeah, I'm sorry about calling you broken. What I am implying here is that your behavior is very different from all of these other keeper robots.
I am no longer a keeper.
Yeah, I should have said that.
Everyone telling me to paddle Artie in chat.
Hey.
Poor Artie, like always. Yeah.
If
Also, thanks for the you can paddle Artie. Thanks for that.
The latest hashtag.
No.
If Adam was able to tamper with my keeper protocol, we don't know that we can trust any of the keepers to be functioning properly. If the children in this facility are geniuses and Adam Watson was not, then we have no idea what any of them are capable of.
Okay, but we just watched this whole video, and there's nothing here that looks like Adam did anything. It looks like these two ladies might have done something, but like you said, apparently he wasn't that good at whatever the program is here. I don't know.
There's also a chance that Adam was making himself look stupid.
Yeah. I guess that's possible. But here's the thing. Okay, so I'm looking at this, and I'm going to go back in the video. And are there any statistics, like test scores, that I can pull up alongside this?
Oh yeah, what do you mean from other students?
Or even just, can I see the metrics from Adam Watson over the years? Can I get like a graph?
Yeah, you can see that he's brought into this facility at a fairly young age, not a child, but a fairly young age, and his scores are appalling.
Mm-hmm.
They are appalling. And they gradually sort of creep up, no dramatic increase, but they creep up.
Okay, so I know about studying. That is like the only thing I know about is studying for school. And this is not like unusual, like someone who suddenly gotten the answer key to the test. This is like normal, I did my homework this week for a long time, and I suddenly got to where I'm not just getting a 98%, I'm getting a 99 or 100% like you're supposed to. You know, I mean, he's slowly getting up there. It makes sense. I mean, Adam maybe is not that smart, period, compared to all these other people. Or he didn't like doing homework. I mean, I guess it's the same thing.
You notice there is a significant jump in his intelligence, his scores, after the day the woman with the dark hair visited.
Yeah, see, now that's not him doing that. That's got to be that lady.
But why would they choose Adam Watson if he's so entirely unremarkable? Why not any of the students here who they claim are geniuses?
Do we get any notes from the program, any profiling of people and their like learning characteristics, anything like that?
As you can pull up and compare a lot of the test scores. You can pull up a lot of names, like names of the people who visited, names of things like that. Also, the test scores of all the others. You notice from the children that were either the names under the children that were grown here or entered at birth have a very high intellect rate. Like it already starts at a high level, and you can assume that's because they've effectively been plugged into the system early on. However, all the others that have entered, they're not stupid. They're not. They are of a fairly decent level, and then their intellect jumps up with this process.
Mm-hmm. Are there any do we get the long form teacher remarks like Adam Watson is a very nice boy but has anger issues?
There are no notes in that effect. You can see that they seem to be disappointed with his scores, basically, and his attention span, effectively, and trying to talk to the keeper a lot more than any of the other students tend to. These other students are almost like, we're in the screen, let's go, sort of thing. And there is an ID of the blonde woman up on the screen as a visitor, as a registered visitor.
Do we get a name that goes with that ID?
You get the name Jane Doe.
That's got to be a real name. Okay, let me write that down.
Totally real.
Blonde woman registered as Jane Doe. And there's that. Okay. Good stuff. Good stuff. So yeah.
What if we stole a keeper?
Is that out loud? Is that something you're saying?
I don't know if that's something Coyle would say, but that's something that I'm saying. This is what Coyle would say. Okay. Perhaps to know how easy it is to overcome the keeper's programming, we should attempt to take control of a keeper.
No idea how we would get into one of the rooms, take a keeper without it freaking out or trying to attack us and get out alive.
They may not attack me.
Can't we just try to find out who this lady is without taking a robot hostage?
I guess if you want to.
Coyle Adams reply.
Don't worry, Artie's going to go use the bathroom at some point, and when he turns around, Coyle's going to steal all the robots. It's going to be fine.
It's just this
I'm just going to go through the hall with my paddle, just like whap, whap, whap. There's the kitty again. Kitty, kitty, kitty.
So, I mean, I guess we could take a robot, but do we need to? And where are we going to put it?
Can you copy the files that you have viewed on the computer so we
Yeah, that I
can
can.
go over them in the privacy of your apartment?
Yeah, I can definitely do that, and I will copy files.
Mm-hmm. You can do that. Soren is sort of looking at this woman that you can see is sort of, she's not waking up, but you can hear like a groan as her head lolls to the other side as Soren moves the rolled up coat to the other side.
Should I hit her again?
No, I really don't think so.
I'm gonna start slapping her cheeks like I'm trying to get her to be awake.
Hey, if you're worried about her being awake when she wakes up and you're here, I could just stay here with her, and then Vestal, you could take Coil outside.
Oh, I've already got. She was hit by a screen. Don't you see all of the broken glass around her legs? It fell
Oh,
off the
you
wall
broke
and
something.
hit her. I
Maybe I should go wait outside.
Artie's like, oh, what happened? Oh, Coil hit you with a paddle.
I'm not good at this. Vestal, you know I'm not good at telling people things that aren't true.
You've already done plenty by getting into their computer.
Yeah, but I better not talk.
We have lots
And you
of
can
things
sort
to
of
go
hear a, ow. Eyes not open yet, but you can see a hand raise up to sort of rubbing the back, like, ah, ow.
Hey, are you okay?
What? And like Soren sat there. Like if Soren could look panicked, like she's pacing, like trying to look around because she too doesn't know what to do. And this woman's like, my head. I remember walking through the door frame and ow. And everything just went black. Am I bleeding? Like if she's sort of like looking back and she's fine, but she's just sort of, oh, that's tender.
Hey, don't freak out, all right? One of the screens fell off the wall. It unlucky, just hit you.
What screen?
I'll point at the broken screen and the one that fell off.
Oh, well, that's gonna come out of my wages. And she sort of like looks down, like, hang on. And looks back over the top of the door frame, like, I don't have a screen there.
Oh no, you might have lost the last few moments of your memory. I don't know. We picked you up and leaned you against the wall. We were kind of worried that you were bleeding.
You roll me an intellect, please.
Oh god. It's 3.
She looks at you and is like, God, that must have hit me hard then. Ow. Like she's like, well, thank you for staying with me. I mean, I should probably ring Tom and he should come in and take over my shift.
You're welcome. Look, if you're busy, I think me and my partner should go. You should get checked out by whoever does that here.
Oh, I can't leave until Tom gets here because the clinic is shut down in this district. Oh.
Sorry, I'm reading chat. Would you like me to wait until he arrives, or do you think you'll be okay?
I mean, I'll be fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's just a bump, on the head. It's fine. Your friends back down now, and if they could you just sign out on the way out, please?
Yes, of course. Thank you for showing us around again.
No problem. Anytime, you're a delight. That's fine.
I will walk out the door and nervously close it very quietly.
Soren is also just, if Artie lingers, like Soren literally grabs his arm and starts pushing him out of the door as he goes. What do
soon as
we
that-
do now?
We should leave.
We should really get out of here.
We should absolutely leave as soon as possible.
What about JD?
JD and Dot have to be doing some sort of undercover spy operation at this point.
Can I just send JD a message? Do the bracelets have that capability?
Yeah,
Just
you
fine.
can send a message.
I'll send a kind of a group. I'm sure we have a group message thing now, and just say that we're leaving trouble, and then
And Soren sort of looks all of you. You can see she's not happy about leaving JD, but you can almost hear just, what would Dot do? And starts to walk out of the front door.
Don't worry, she's with Dot. I'm sure they can both get by. I mean, none of us would want to stand toe to toe with Dot, would we?
I'm kind of wondering if we're covering for them right now while they do something. Maybe we're a distraction. I feel kind of like a distraction at this point.
Does Fax walk out of the building like we did something wrong?
If we need to make a distraction, I'm sure that I can think of something.
That would be appreciated but unnecessary in this situation.
So are we at the sign out desk now?
Yeah, you're back out in front of this just ridiculously huge desk, and you can see the huge big doors to leave.
How did we sign ourselves in when we came here?
Who was the last person to sign out?
Yeah. Ooh.
You see a Jane Doe.
When? When?
It doesn't have a date, but this looks like an old registration.
How many stacks are there to this registration sheet?
It's sort
Is
of
it
a
just
pane
one-
of glass, and you can flick through it, and you effectively just
I flick. I'm gonna flick.
Is it like a tablet that it's on?
kind of, yeah, but it's almost like a see-through piece of glass, but yeah. It's a
I
Is
tablet.
flick.
Is it bolted to the desk?
Oh my god, coming in here and taking Rebecca and stealing their stuff, breaking their screens. What happened to you guys?
I didn't break it. It fell off the wall.
We
This
don't
is
need
what
to
happens
steal
when
it.
you mess
I'll
with
just,
people's backstories.
I'll just flick it, and I'll just commit it to my robo memory.
You can do it very, very fast and scan it all.
How many times has Jane Doe checked in?
You can see she has checked in once a month for every year that Adam Watson was here. Until the last 3 months or so that Adam Watson was here, she seems to have stopped coming.
She didn't come the last 3 months that Adam Watson was in the.
Yes.
These don't have dates, but they have months, so I can't see the
it's
last
dates.
time.
You can,
Okay.
you can see the dates, but what I'm saying is it just sort of goes. It's a way
Oh, okay.
back. It's a way back now.
And when was
So-
the last check-in?
Roughly 14 years ago.
But the video was 8 years ago? Dated 8 years ago, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? Okay. Who else has checked in? Do any other names stick out to me?
They don't stick out. They just
Of
seem
course,
to
I don't
be
fucking know.
normal. They're not so plain that they're like, aha, and they're not
Yeah.
too so complicated that it's something. These look like they could just be either parents or people coming into view.
Is there anyone with the last name Watson that checks in?
There is no one with the last name Watson checking in.
Was there any time in the video where the Jane Doe, who we think is the blonde woman, and the dark-haired woman were together? Were they ever there at the same time?
They were never there at the same time. In fact, you remember from one of the visits, and there was a lot of glitching on the video, like at the end, so you can guess something is either tampering or at least interfering, and you see Jane Doe leave, and almost from the other opposite end of the corridor, the woman with the dark hair arrives as soon as she leaves.
Oh. All right. I have made a note of every time Jane Doe has checked in and checked out. But other than that, I don't see any information that may be useful to us on the sign-in sheet.
Okay. We should probably just go, right?
Perhaps we should go to the clinic and we can tell Dot and JD to meet us there. The
Sure.
clinic here in this district, the abandoned one.
If anything, it's a safe house until we talk to them again. It's a good idea.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Before anyone signs out, do we sign out at a certain time?
Did
Like,
we ever
is it-
sign in?
She signed you in with your names.
What were our names? Did we say our real names?
She scanned you effectively.
I definitely said my real name.
Yeah.
Of course you did. Of course you did. Can I, so this is like it's not a piece of paper. It's like she had to write it.
So she effectively scanned you in and your names came up, and it looks like 2 tick boxes. She's ticked where you've come in and you tick when you leave.
Artie, you're very good with computers. Can you hack this and erase our information?
Yeah, I guess I could.
You can easily do that.
Sure.
You can just wipe that you were there.
Gotta
I
hit
will
on the
swipe
head.
left on the tablet.
Can't prove anything now.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, "Oh, crazy old Rebecca had a screen fall on her. Can't remember anything."
She's never been the same since that screen fell on her.
Like exactly, like because Vestal's already used that forget memory thing on her as well. But yes, you can erase all of your names on here.
But we did a number on her, didn't we?
Poor sweet Rebecca.
I guess it's a good thing you said something because I was about to sign out.
Is Rebecca the next like red herring where you think she's all nice, but she's actually a psycho killer?
You mean you're worried you've attacked a perfectly normal woman on a 9-to-5 job?
No, I'm trying to justify that it was okay.
Now Rebecca's
There's
not
so
going
much
to
to
trust
answer.
anyone, and it's going to be our fault.
We actually set the course of events for her to become the next Adam Watson.
The loop. The loop is continuous. Then
Yeah,
Soren
let's go to the
leaves
clinic.
building. Yeah, Soren leaves the building. We should head to the clinic and wait there.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Whatever they're doing. I mean, if it takes time, it takes time.
What if in the next episode they find Rebecca and they knock her out?
Poor woman. Screw the Eden story. I want to see what happens to Rebecca. This is like
She's like wandering the hall, and she's like, "God, it was been so awful." And all of a sudden, Dot's like, "Yeah!"
this is like that film Sliding Doors. What if all this happens and how it affects her life?
Let's just hope Tom is really nice and like helps her out, and maybe she gets a couple days off to rest or something like that.
She has a holiday. But you can leave this building and head back to this empty clinic, effectively. And it is still completely empty. There's nothing in here. It's like it's been completely cleared out. And Soren holds the door open for all of you.
Have I received any messages back from daughter JD?
Nothing yet.
They haven't responded yet. Well, I'll send another message saying that we're at the clinic.
You can. And you were there for a while. And you don't hear anything from Dot or JD. However, Vestal, every single message you send to Dot is returned to you, as if it's like a fail to send.
That surprisingly doesn't surprise Vestal at all.
I mean, you're used to Dot getting rid of her bracelet. You know that her number changes often. However, you do know that she has got a bracelet she has effectively altered to work for her and can't be hacked, unless maybe by Artie. So it does seem a little odd that you are having messages returned. It's almost like either there's no signal, which doesn't really make sense either, but because if anything, the whole of Eden is working on electrics like this, there should always be signal.
I'm gonna show this to Artie, like, right away. Have you ever received a message like this? That it just doesn't send at all?
Oh, we had that before. Didn't we have that before? Was it in the spaceship or was that in the nightclub? There was somewhere where we tried to send a message and it didn't go through.
It didn't go through, and that was, I believe, in the nightclub if we went down. However, this is actually returning to the center. You just see unopened message upon unopened message coming back to you.
Okay, no, that's a different thing, I guess. Yeah, that's troubling.
And Dot's receiver is different than ours. This really...
Yeah, maybe
something in that facility is blocking messages. I don't know.
Could be. Or maybe she's got it put onto a special mode or something like that, so it just bounces off.
You then receive another message coming through. Almost like, again, you're like, it's loading to send. And it sort of opens up like the envelope it does. And it just says, user does not exist.
See, now that I believe from Dot. This is Dot, right? Not JD.
This is Dot, not JD.
Okay. That I totally believe from Dot. She probably has her comm hacked somehow.
Either that or she's, I don't know, does destroying it do that?
I've never checked after I destroy my comm. We could test it. I mean, I'll let Coil break this, and then we can see if I get what message I get back.
All right. I smashed it against the wall.
Okay, so try to send me a message and see what it says.
I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna say testing and send it to Artie.
And you send this message and it bounces back and it says device broken.
Yeah, it's totally different.
I want to open my arm compartment to the little thing that I had that had the dots. Are there dots in front of me to represent Vestal and Artie?
Would you have logged them?
Do I have to log them? I don't know.
It's kind of like if you were in the apartment together, would you?
Only if I had known, and since I didn't ask, I think I wouldn't know. I would assume that it came preloaded, so I guess I don't see anything.
No.
Okay.
Like to do that now?
Well, yeah, but that won't help us to figure out if Dot is dead. But yeah,
You can log your numbers into this. It's like a phone tracker. It's like a UPS, GPS, or GPS tracking.
If you all are comfortable with it, I would like to log you into my track box.
Is this like part of a malfunction of Coil? Like, does Coil actually talk like this? Or is this Heavenly talking?
Maybe both.
Still slightly defective.
Still, the manuals weren't completely loaded by the time Crowbar was murdered.
Before safely removing USB.
Yeah, she didn't safely eject the USB, so some of my files are corrupted. That way, if ever you go missing, I will be able to track your biosignals. And if you're dead, I'll know.
Does it work on comm devices or does it work on...
Sorry. Bio devices, you have to register with the person there. However, you can register their numbers effectively, their details. So you could technically register both Vestal and Artie's biosignals, as you put it, there.
Yeah.
But you could log in JD and Dot's information to find out where their actual, presuming they're attached to their bracelet.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll load everyone. And I'll load Rebecca.
Just life sign. Dot's walked out of the bathroom.
I'm going to keep my eye on Rebecca.
I'm so glad we didn't meet Tom. Just racking up the body count.
Both like hospital buddies. What happened to you? I don't know. The screen came out of nowhere. And then what about you? I don't know. This crazy woman jumped out the toilet cubicle and attacked me. Yelling something about birds not having legs. But we, you can log all of like the numbers and information, and you see JD's like flash almost like in a little blue light in the building. You can see Artie and Vessel next to you, and you can even pick up Soren.
Okay.
There is no location for Dot.
For Dot or for JD and Dot?
Just for Dot.
Ah, where's JD?
JD is still in the building.
I have good news and bad news.
Okay.
The good news is that they aren't dead. The bad news is that I cannot find Dot.
That's really not unusual for Dot. She did this like twice last year.
All right. JD, at the very least, is still alive and connected to her watch. Is that how I'm getting her signal? Through her watch?
Yeah, it's like through her bracelet sort of thing, yeah.
This may mean that when JD went to go look for Dot, she didn't find her. So JD may be alone in there.
Yeah. Okay,
Let's go back and see if she's okay.
Soren, you can see standing up. It's just like, we must get JD. Or do we wait? I don't understand why we cannot find Dot.
well, Soren, I don't know if you remember this last time. Dot really likes to have an untraceable comm. And when she turns it off or throws it away, we can't get in touch with her.
She does always find new ways to cut her tracking.
Why would she hide from JD?
I don't know if she's trying to hide from JD. I think she's just generally hiding. Maybe she was doing something, in the building and she didn't want anybody seeing her.
I'm worried that maybe they have something that can scan her wristband or something that picks up signal from them, and maybe cutting off all communications keeps her from being found. 1 second.
Yeah, and she's really sensitive about Adam Watson because last time Adam Watson was chasing her and really trying to get in touch with her through her comms. And I think at least once, if not twice, she, threw it away.
It is good that Dot has a procedure for this, but that means that JD does not. And if Dot thinks that they are trying to track her location in the building, they may be trying to track JD's, and she is not aware or does not know how to disconnect her signal.
Yeah. Or she's not doing it so that Soren can find her.
In any case,
Perhaps we should wait until nighttime. I don't know why I said that so weird.
Nighttime?
Perhaps we should wait until the main lobby is closed and attempt to re-enter the facility.
Approximately how long has it been since we left?
It's been like 2.5 minutes.
10 minutes. Roughly.
Maybe we should get back there before Tom gets there, and that way there's only one person to worry about.
it might be easier if only one of us goes, or one of us at least enters the building. I can move around quickly. As long as I can track her, it would be in and out.
Yeah.
I'm going to send JD another frantic message, and it's going to say, "Where are you?" But there's going to be typos because I'm typing it quickly. It's going to be like, "Where are you?"
Alice, you should not be allowed to gift during the stream.
Sorry.
So all your gifts are birds. Why are all your gifts birds?
I don't know. Oh, no.
I think it would be best for me to return. If I were to run into any unfavorable situations, I would be able to deal with them more effectively.
I'm really worried about how you deal with these situations sometimes. And
I have not killed anyone.
It seems like not much to go on.
also have a lot of stored information on your person. If they catch you and find out what you know, then they know about us, right? Listen, I trust you, but there's always a danger.
Okay. The last time someone went by themselves, and then someone else went by themselves to go get them, both those people disappeared. Maybe we should just all go, because there are 4 of us.
You're not wrong.
What's our excuse for going back?
I mean, do we need an excuse for going back? If we run into Tom, Tom doesn't even know we were there the first time.
As bad as this may sound, it might be better to wait.
Is that what Dot would do? Did I just have another Dot thought? I mean, yeah, Dot would definitely do it that way. Dot would just go back when Tom is there, because Tom has no idea who we are. And they don't have our visitor records because we just erased them.
It's like
What if we go back and Rebecca is waiting at the front desk, as that does seem to be her primary job?
But you just hit her with something and she was unconscious, and Tom was going to come in and take over. She was complaining about it a lot.
She just wouldn't fucking shut up about how much pain she was in.
That's not how Artie would say it.
God damn it, Rebecca. Get over it already.
It was like 5 seconds ago. Get over it.
We get it. We've all been there, Rebecca.
I don't want to work in that office now. That's great. Tom is that guy now. Why would we establish this before we go meet Tom? This is a really bad plan on our parts.
Go back and eat her lunch out of the work fridge.
This has just turned into a pro Rebecca bullying stream.
This is why Dot never leaves you all alone. This is why. This happened last season, and it's happening again.
This
we
is
could
true.
have had a nice tea with that lady.
Every stream I'm in, every time Bree is gone, everyone in my group always fucks everything up. Like, really, Bree is somehow just Bree as a person is the control factor, it seems, in every group. And when she's gone, we're just like, let's do it.
Okay, but you are also in all those groups. There's a second control there.
That's true. Yeah, I don't want to say it, but
I gotta admit, though, if there's a chance to talk to the bad guy and act totally clueless, I will do that. So, yeah.
Also,
I agree that we should go back right away. It may be our best bet. If they are in danger, we should act quickly.
Yeah, plus, I'm sure, Soren, you want to get back and check on JD, right?
And Soren, silently, you hear that. The only thing you hear is the creak of the metal as she just seems to nod. You can sense worry on Soren, even though you're not sure if she can feel concern. But it's there.
I'm checking my comm like every 30 seconds. Just
Yeah, there's nothing.
I think we should go back. I mean, the only one who really paid attention to us was Rebecca, and we have no information in their system.
Right. I don't think they have a lot of staff there.
Besides Rebecca and Tom, I didn't hear about anyone.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, let's head back.
And the clinic is so close to this building that just scales right up into the sky. And you can see a man in a very similar uniform to what Rebecca was wearing, just entering the building.
I begin to walk very close behind him. No, joking.
Just start throwing the bodies into the office as they call more in. And he sort of, you can stay quite far behind before you go in, and it takes you can see him at a distance, but it takes you like 5 to 10 minutes to actually get to where the door is. We need to stop again.
You all do.
Someone post anything, chat.
This is another episode where Haas is like, oh god.
Oh, well, what can I say?
Okay.
It won't let me send it in Twitch because it said I sent messages to her.
Okay. Oh my god, we need Dot back.
Oh, we love you, Bree. We miss you.
Bree, come back. And I just not look at like Heavenly's face right now for a moment. But as you oh god, you can walk back into this foyer basically, and you see a man sort of hurriedly moving things around as if he's organizing things how he would, and he spots you as you come in. He goes, oh, welcome to Screen Care. Hello. How can I help you?
I'm talking. We would like to find out about your company.
Oh, yes, yeah, of course. Sorry, I normally do night shifts. I've had to come in due to an incident, but I will try and give you was it a tour you were after, or what sort of...
We would love to take a tour, yeah. Yes, we have heard about your programs and people studying here. And what do people here do? Where do these studies go?
And he looks like as if he's not normally having to answer questions. He's like, well, this is a facility for gifted children. We bring them into this facility from a very young age, if not grown here, or sent straight to the facility, where we really encourage learning and intelligence. And he's very much reeling off what Rebecca said, poor sweet Rebecca, and it's almost like he's learned like a script as he's sort of running it off. And he pauses that, and yes, do you have any children yourself, or
Yes.
Oh, hello. Sort of takes a second glance at you, but hi. You can tell he's trying not to be rude. He's just like, what children would you are you looking to enroll?
They are not present at this time.
And Tom's like looking over the desk. He's like, uh-huh.
They were left at home as we explore options.
And Tom sort of stares at you. Okay. Would you like to view the facilities?
Yeah, we would like to do that.
Okay, I'm just going to check on my colleague real quick, and then I'll be right with you. And you just see him, like, open the door, poke his head through. He's like, Rebecca, I'm just going to take them up before... I'm just going to take some people up for a show around. You just don't really hear anything, but he just sort of nods and closes the door again. Okay, would you like to follow me? And thank you, Lord Conti, who is adding in a complication for us.
If it helps, I was just about to ask to go to the washroom.
And as you start to walk out, follow Tom, that office door opens. She's like, Tom, my head is absolutely killing me. I'm gonna have to go. Oh, what are you doing back here? And Tom's just like, have you been here before?
We have never been here before. I don't know why she thinks she recognizes us. Perhaps it's because I'm a robot and she thinks all robots look alike.
And Rebecca looks at you, and then no, you're, as she points over at Vestal, it's like, you're, and points to your temple to where the gem is. It's like, I showed you around like half an hour ago, and you're Artie. You even told me your name is Artie.
I know a lot of people named Artie.
You couldn't say my name isn't Artie. You're still going to say that your name is Artie?
No, the best bit is that there genuinely are. There were hundreds of clones last season called Artie.
Yeah, I mean, this lady's like borderline prejudice here at this point. You have a stone in your head, you're a robot, and you're an Artie. Oh, man.
And she's looking, and she's like, no, I showed you a rat. And she's like, hang on a minute. And she walks over to the sheet, this looking over there. I know you. There were two others with you. A JD or something like that. And Tom is now looking at all of you very sort of awkwardly. I'm sorry, my colleague seems to have, had a bit of a bump on the head.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. It's like someone just whacked a screen near her, but but if you'd like to follow me, Rebecca, come lay down. And she's looking very confused. She's like, huh. And disappears into the office.
I didn't want her to make her feel super crazy, so I'm going to give her a little smile. She can read that how she wants.
And Tom starts to take you up the stairs, the same staircase you've been up before. And you go through all the same corridors over and over. And is there anywhere specific you would like to look, an age range or something perhaps?
So I have met someone who studied here at Screen Children before.
Oh, Screen Care, yes.
Yes, Screen Care, the thing. And they were about, I don't know, I think they studied here around 14 years ago. That's probably a really long time. You probably haven't worked here that long.
No, to my knowledge, students don't tend to leave, and then starts like pulling up this screen lock, but nothing. It's like, and then clocking the one student that you already know about that left. We've only ever had one incident, but our students don't usually leave. They join, and then this is where they stay.
Yeah. Why would someone leave?
I don't know. We cater to everyone's needs here, so it shouldn't be a worry.
And where does their learning go? Like, are they learning to solve a particular problem?
Some are. Some come here for their own projects of study. Others, we do monitor sort of test scores to see how well, we want to see their progress, because if we can't show the progress, then we can't,
Yeah, is there
better the knowledge, better their development.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell this guy does not do tours often.
No, is there funding? Like, does a corporation like OTC, how does this place stay active?
The OTC did fund us at one point. I believe they run into a little bit of difficulty around a year or so ago. They no longer fund us. Otherwise, we just have rather large sort of benefactors and people who believe in the cause. And those who sort of bring their children along usually pay sort of a monthly fee at times.
I'm really, really sorry to interrupt. Do you have a washroom?
Yes, just down the end of the corridor.
Thank you. And I'm gonna walk off and try and find wherever JD is.
What model of robot is this they use for instruction? It looks similar to this robot I have with me. Is this an up-to-date model?
And this guy starts just like again scanning through like this glass. He's like, we call them keepers, and you can tell he does not. He works night shift. People don't normally come in on the night shift, and he's very much. I don't recognize the model with you as you stand like Soren one side and Coil on the other. Soren just staring at Tom. So maybe the design is similar, but we have ours built very specifically for this facility.
What sort of specifications do your keepers have?
Well, we have them built to maintain the best support and care for their students. They know how to administer medicine. They know how to, if it's sort of the functions, you know, if a child needs help with anything, it's almost like a robotic parent.
Do the keepers feel
the
anything
influence.
for the child that they take care of?
Heal?
Feel.
Not really. It's more a function for them. I've not personally experienced any keeper sort of feeling any affection towards their student. I mean, it is what they're built for, to protect and keep them alive.
How do they administer medicine? I don't see any sort of IV system or tubes or anything.
It's within the robot themselves. We have it sent through into the robot, and they inject them if it is needed. Feeding wise, we use tubes if we have to, depending on what the parents advise, how strict they want their learning to be. If they want to use every moment of their lives, then they need not worry about stopping for lunch, as it were.
And when a keeper is assigned to a new child, what happens to the file for the old child?
It sort of logs onto our base system. We do keep all of our information up to 50 years before we have to obviously update the system, and because we're bringing more and more people into this all the time.
And that information is kept on the keeper, or do you export it?
Usually it is on our files. We don't normally designate the keeper to keep the files on the individual, just in case something happens, or we have to deactivate them, or it's kind of like wiping a computer. We don't want people's files just being thrown out for everyone to see.
Right.
And Tom looks very nervously between Coil and Soren before going back to Artie. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Is there a place where we find the forms for admittance if we want to have a child enter into your facility?
Yes, of course. We can go down to the office and I can get some prepared for you, if that is what you would wish, or some more information, how to...
Sure, unless there's like a data portal that I can just go online and find.
There are some very basics on there, if that's what you wish to look for, but we can do that, I think. And you sort of seem to quickly scan through this glass again. And meanwhile, we're going to jump over to JD. Hello, Renee. In true Eden style, you have arrived in a car again. And
yeah, I know. I'm sorry about that.
No, it's not a bad thing. It's like the Renee aesthetic. And and JD, you went into the bathroom after Dot didn't come back out again. And as you entered the bathroom, there was a flash of light and a flash of color, almost like a swirl of something. And then you remember nothing as you come to slumped on the bathroom floor.
Is this Alice or me?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay.
Is it you? Yeah, this is me. Sorry, no, it's me. You come to, you can feel like the cold tiles against the back of your neck as you realize you're slumped on this bathroom floor, and you've got a bit of a dazed look when you blink, like you've looked into a bright light as you sort of see those spots of light, and Dot is gone.
Oh, okay. How am I feeling? Head hurting?
It's more that you knocked your head slightly, but it's not really like a headache or anything. So it's like a brief pain. You can feel where you definitely flopped to the floor. It's more the spots of white light in front of your eyes, and your wristband starts pinging message after message from Vesta.
Oh, okay. How long have I been out? Is there like a timer, or?
As you look at your watch, you look like you've been out for maybe half an hour to 40 minutes.
Okay, then I stand up really fast and probably immediately regret it. And I'm feeling worried because I'm being told there's nothing to worry about. And I start kind of feeling around. I make sure I didn't hit my head, so like feel around the back of my head, back of my neck, that sort of thing.
And you seem fine. You don't seem to have like taken any damage, or like you haven't actually physically hurt yourself. It was more like a shock to the system, maybe where you were thrown back briefly. And at this point, Vestal, you can walk into the bathroom.
Is she on the floor, or is she standing up at this point? Sorry.
I stood up and I leaned against the wall. I'm feeling dizzy.
Judy, what happened? We left and I was messaging you and I didn't get any messages back. Are you okay?
Wait.
Where's Dot?
Wait, you left but you didn't have Dot? What?
We talked to one of the ladies here and she gave us some information, and we thought we should leave because you and Dot, well, we thought you were together, but you weren't.
Vestal, you don't have Dot?
No. We thought
I don't have Dot.
I'll explain more on the way. Are you okay to walk? Do you need help standing?
No, I mean, I'm okay. I'm pretty dizzy. I got a little bit of vertigo going on. I have no idea what happened. I have not read your text messages.
It's okay as long as you're fine.
I'm fine. I think I'm fine. I think I'm fine. Checked head, checked spine. Should be good. Should be good. Yeah.
We should get out of here.
Okay. Wait, we're still here, right? Like, we're still at the screen care place.
Yes, we're at the facility. We should leave. I'll explain everything back at the clinic.
Okay. Okay, yeah, let's go. I'm gonna lean on Vestal if they offer some support, because I'm just feeling just a little woozy. I'm fine, just woozy.
Yeah, you can walk out of the bathroom, and down the end of the corridor, you see Coil, Artie, and Soren, and this new guide, Tom. This man talking to Artie. You distinctly remembered a woman when you went into the bathroom, as this man.
It's only been 30 minutes.
Can I whisper to her? Pretend like we've never been here.
Yeah, okay. How did I get to the bathroom then?
It's fine. You know what? I have no idea.
So as you leave this bathroom, Soren sees you, and Soren immediately sort of turns and almost quickens a pace and walks over to Vestal and JD. and will effectively just there and then scoop up JD, walk over, it's almost like just holding them basically bridal style, walks over to the group, looks at Tom. Thank you for your tour. I'm leaving. And you literally walks out of the building, starts going down the stairs with JD.
Bless
Wow,
my sweet best friend motorbike.
Yeah, Tom, I gotta go. I think she is angry, and I'm gonna be in trouble.
Did I miss Sortie?
And Tom is like, I didn't show you. Okay, I can send a link to those files.
Oh, yep. Thank you.
Yeah. And
I look at Vestal and I'll say, do you want to erase his memory or should I knock him out?
Excuse me?
Now I have to erase his memory.
Oh, no. I need to go check on my my colleague.
I am going to race up to him and do the lovely thing of pressing my thumb into the center of his forehead and pulling out a wisp of his memory. I believe I also don't need to make any...
No. You don't need to make
Oh, I do have to make an intellect roll. And pass.
Okay.
Is
Oh!
is an 18 a pass?
Yeah, describe this for me.
Yeah, I take a quickened pace and walk up to him and say, "This isn't gonna hurt This isn't gonna hurt at all." And
What?
press my thumb into the center of his forehead, and almost like pluck this wisp out of his forehead, and lay him down on the floor. And
Yeah, his eyes sort of roll back in his head as you can sort of guide him to the floor.
And I'm taking the maximum amount, which is the last 5 minutes. It isn't much, but I definitely don't want him thinking Coil is going to just knock him out.
And a Coil and Vestal leaving too.
Yes. Let's go, Coil. I don't think there's anything left here for us.
Agreed.
And JD, as you're being carried down, you've been carried back out into this foyer, and you see the woman earlier, Rebecca, who was showing you around, who looks up from the desk, looking even more confused, clutching her head as Soren keeps walking. Goodbye, Rebecca, and walks out of the front door.
Bye. Thank you.
This is why Soren and Artie are a good match.
No, okay. Because Soren can't do crime?
Soren can't.
Learn from the worst.
But Soren can drink tea.
Oh, good Soren. Okay, as soon as we're outside, I'll kind of like tap her metal shoulder and just be like, hey, I really appreciate this. It's a great gesture. I do think I can walk.
Are you okay? You were gone for a while.
Yeah, I actually don't know what happened, so I can't really answer a lot of questions. Feeling dizzy, definitely was unconscious for like a half hour or so. Definitely in the bathroom the whole time. Dot was definitely not there. But I can stand up and I can walk.
And you see Soren almost like crane her neck down very close to your face as if she's reading you. And then she sets you down almost like a child and sort of doesn't hold on to you, but you can see there is a hand hovering behind you. And Artie, as you sort of walk out the foyer, again you see this woman look up and just with her finger trail you on the way out.
Hey, can I see that tablet so I can sign out?
And she's like, and just pushes it forward.
I just delete our information off of there. Okay,
Yeah.
thanks.
And she's like, and then looks at the screen again. And Vestal and Coil, you can now walk down the stairs through this.
As I walk by, I'm just going to look at her and say, I was sorry to hear about your accident. I hope you recover.
And as you both walk out, just as you leave, you hear, Tom? As you leave the building.
This is going to be awful because after I thought of it, it made me think of Adam Watson, but I'm going to bow and walk before I walk out, before I
Just
take the step off the door.
And again, she just sort of, you can see her squinting as her head aches. She just sort of gives a little wave as you go. And you can join Soren and JD outside of Screen Care.
I just tell Soren, thank you for caring, but I tried to show her that I am okay standing on my own.
Yeah, no, she doesn't touch you. She's just hovering a hand. And she's just like, I am aware.
We should leave.
Yeah, I got that impression.
Like farther away than this, like quickly, I think.
Okay, and JD just starts walking. Maybe like a little bit diagonally, not quite a straight line, but she's very determined to prove to Soren that she can walk in a straight line.
Every time you go just slightly too diagonal, you feel like a finger prod you back in the right direction from the other side. And Soren sort of directs you back to the clinic, this empty room that Dot took you to. Opens the door for you all to go in again. We have no Dot.
No Dot. There wasn't a Dot in the bathroom. Wait, what did we do to where we had to leave super quickly?
To be fair, you were just actually in there a long time.
You've been unconscious for a while.
What did... Yeah, I have. Like, at least a half hour.
We learned some things about their facility, some of the people that they're caring for, about their keepers, and about Adam.
Okay. What did we learn about Adam? Wait, what did...
Coil, you...
I was able to connect with one of the keepers and discovered that I used to work at Screen Care. I was in charge of Adam Watson, and after he escaped, I was decommissioned for being defective.
Oh. Okay, so he escaped?
We were able to... Artie was able to find some information on a computer, video clips of Adam while he was in his room. He was visited by two strange women, and 8 years ago, the video stopped.
So this isn't over. Now there are other people, what, like in addition to Adam, that we need to be looking out for? I mean, Adam Watson is dead.
Okay, so we looked back at a lot of footage of Adam Watson, and he seems to have only gotten better in this program because of a couple of people who came to visit him and their general influence. And one was the blonde lady that we saw in all of the photos.
Of course, there had to be a connection. Of course, this couldn't have ended a year ago. Of course, I was getting better.
JD, breathe.
Hey, we're gonna figure this out, all right?
else to die.
Yeah.
Bad timing, but we also have lost track of Dot's signal. We don't know if she's alive or dead. But there's...
Okay, yeah. Oh, not the greatest time.
No, but JD, it's Dot.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Dot.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dot can handle herself. What would Dot do, right?
Exactly.
Right.
Okay. JD is pulling all of her like coping mechanisms out, so she's trying to do some breathing exercises and trying to recenter and get back to the moment, because her right arm is always steady, but it's metal, and her left arm is shaking terribly. And it's been a while since she's been overwhelmed by a panic attack to this level.
And you feel Soren's hand on your shaking arm. Remember what your therapist said. Breathe.
I'm breathing. I'm breathing.
Would you like me to call Lily Calladis, therapist? Almost as she's reading it off like a phone.
What do I tell her?
I don't know.
Yeah, no. I should probably give her a call. Let me breathe a little bit longer first. I'd like to be able to get through a whole sentence.
Okay. And she sort of guides you to sit down.
Yeah. She like sits down but like leans against the back of the chair so that she doesn't have to actually be upright.
Do we wait for
Okay.
Dot?
I haven't been able to get any communication with her. Actually, I've gotten strange messages back. She's probably somehow blocked her communicator. She might just not want to be found in a compromising situation where a communicator can be a beacon to where you are. And I think that she's trying not to tell everyone where she is, including us.
You don't think Dot knocked me out in the bathroom, do you?
It is likely.
Thanks,
No.
Coil.
No, we have to trust Dot.
I don't
No,
think she did it to hurt you, but perhaps she was trying to protect you. As far as we know, Rebecca was the only staff member before Jeff was called in.
Yeah,
There's a
no,
chance.
I don't doubt her, just I guess I don't get it.
Something must have happened between the time she left us and was in the bathroom by herself and when JD joined her.
I do not believe Dot would harm JD.
Well, I'm not harmed, I'm mostly fine. I'm just like, I think I'll be fine. Maybe I'm not fine. It's okay to not be fine.
Yeah.
Was the bathroom within visual range of us? Like, did they have to go around a corner to go into the bathroom?
No, it was literally at the end of the corridor.
Yeah,
Like, you could have
so
seen Vestal literally walk in and then walk back out with JD.
right. Either someone was waiting in the bathroom and apprehended both Dot and JD, or it was Dot. No one else went into the bathroom while we were there. We would have seen them.
Coil is correct.
You don't think there could be a secret passage? Nope, I said it, and it sounded weird when I said it. There's probably not a secret passage. There might be a secret passage in the bathroom. It seems like the exact kind of place that
There
would have
could be a secret passage in the bathroom, but that would mean that either someone apprehended Dot and you knocking you out, or it was JD, or Dot knocked you out.
Yeah, it does sound a little bit
Dot has
less
been
logical when you
kidnapped,
put it like that.
or Dot is hiding.
I personally think Dot is probably doing something that she doesn't want us involved in, and has just made her own decision. Because last time she did that, and she also turned off her communicator.
Agree with Artie. I think there's something that she wants to do alone. And
Not everybody is going to knock out every human being they see, Coil. That is an unusual behavior.
Well, someone knocked JD out.
Wait, Coil, how many people did you knock out while I was knocked out?
I didn't knock anyone out. A screen fell on them.
Oh, we're good at this. I'm gonna go call my therapist.
And
She didn't have a therapist last time we did this. That probably would have been easier.
JD.
Okay, so
Sorry, go on.
nope.
I was just gonna say, JD, do you call your therapist?
Yes, I call my therapist.
Yeah, it rings like 3 times. It's getting later into the evening, and you hear the phone pick up. She's like, hello? JD, is everything okay? We're not scheduled for another session for a few days. How are those pills helping you?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm really sorry it's late. I know you're probably winding down and you've had a busy day, but pills helped great. I took one last night and it helped great. I guess the big thing is I had a really
Oh no, Renee, we can't hear you.
big
There we go.
I don't think this is over.
JD, what do you mean? What's not over? We've spoken about this. Adam Watson is dead.
No, I know, but what if there are more people than Adam Watson?
What, more than one Adam Watson? What?
No more than one Adam Watson. Golly gee, that would be way too many Adam Watsons, and we've had plenty of other people before, but no, what if there are other people besides Adam? Like, I don't know, people he worked with, or other bad guys. What if there are a lot of other bad guys?
JD, I need you to just take a breath for me for a moment. Remember, Adam Watson is gone, and as we discussed, I don't think there were any links to him or anything to that effect. Where are you? Can you come to my office now, or I could come to you?
I'm a bit of a ways away. But I might like to see you soon. I'll be okay. There aren't like a bunch of there better not be a bunch of Adam Watsons. I'm gonna be okay, but I just needed to touch base and
Okay, that's fine, and I think you've done the right thing.
okay, I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm really sorry to bother you. I just...
JD, what have I said? It's never a bother. And I think we've lost Renee.
Oh no. I'm gonna try and find out more.
We can see you. And the therapist sort of, you can hear her just wait and listen. Are your friends with you, JD? Is Soren with you?
Yes, my friends are here. Soren's here. Really fast.
Okay, well...
That's Renee.
Okay, well, take some time, breathe, and we will sort an appointment very soon, as soon as you're back home.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, then I will speak to you later, JD. Okay. And she hangs up.
Okay. Okay, so JD goes... I guess maybe she stepped into another room. I'm not sure I actually clarified that. JD goes back into the other room, and she's shaking a little bit less. Still a little bit visibly affected, but she goes over to Soren and just... Hi, kitty.
Soren's like...
And... Good Soren. Nope, that's a Mare thing. Sorry. And she just kind of like leans up against her.
And Soren hesitantly stretches an arm out, but does put it around JD and sort of pull her that tiny bit closer, sort of trying to shift herself to be more comfortable to lead against.
JD just kind of like nestles in a little bit. She's like, okay, so wait, are we leaving without Dot?
And Soren looks to everyone.
I mean, I don't know that we really have a choice about it either way.
We don't really know where she is.
Where do we go from here? What's next?
We need to see what we can find out about this lady. This blonde lady. She's showing up everywhere.
And the dark-haired woman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so that's the new development.
What?
Can we say at this point, with all this data download and the time that's passed, we've got a pretty reasonable screenshot of what this person looked like from the camera?
You downloaded stuff. You have
yeah.
image, yeah.
So that's something that Artie has probably prioritized, is having like a decent screen cap of this lady.
Yeah, and
so,
you can show JD this, and JD, you see a fairly plain, pale-looking woman with very long, loose, dark hair. Very plain, almost medical-like clothes. It's more like a patient or a nurse, just like scrubs, that everything is very plain and very clean.
Okay, but no clue who she is.
I mean, we didn't find any records or anything like that, but these two people were the ones who came to regularly see Adam Watson.
Okay, but we don't have names or another place to check out. It's just kind of like guesswork.
Well, I've got one thing we could try if we want to try something. I asked at the clinic, Screen Care. They said that they were funded by the OTC until last year.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I could try talking to whoever is still around at the OTC. I think my mom's still alive.
Okay. Are you gonna be okay seeing your mom?
No. And I have to do it probably because, I mean, I kind of want to know if she's alive.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I get that. And I don't know, whenever I am struggling with a situation, I I was advised to remind myself of the people I have around me, and that helps a lot of the time. So if you have to go see your mom, I'm here for you.
You're never alone anymore. Not with us.
Well, thanks. I don't know what to do with that. It's just, I don't know where else we're going to find stuff. And I know they have lots of records at the OTC that they are just keeping from us. Unless Adam Watson managed to destroy them all. I mean, they know everything that happened. Who else would we talk to? Creepy nightclub guy? I don't know how to do that.
No, it sounds like the OTC is a place to start.
I mean, Dot might have some other ideas when she comes back, but she's probably doing something that she doesn't want us getting hurt doing. And I mean, yeah, we cannot. Coil's nowhere around right now. We cannot take Coil anywhere near people.
Oh, okay, we've learned that.
Yeah, immediately knocked that lady out as soon as there was a chance.
Yeah,
Did
I
they
had to
really?
make a...
Gosh.
Yeah, I'm really glad you didn't stab them with knives because I thought that was really a possibility.
Oh no. Okay.
I am not convinced that her programming is better with Crowbar fixing her.
Was Crowbar
Okay.
really violent?
I would say yes, 100%.
Then it's probably good. It's a good guess that Coil is also programmed to be violent.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe slightly more so even.
So, what do we do about that? I mean, I could look at. Well, I could check out the software.
Yeah, that would be good. She was talking about having you check something earlier. I think that would be a great choice.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'll just see kind of what the code's like. That's, yeah.
So, what is JD doing? And what is Coil doing in this sense?
Okay. I mean, did Coil have something that they wanted JD to check on?
And Coil, you were going to ask JD about checking your memory, weren't you? Or something like that?
Yes. Yes. I forgot. I forgot because then so many crimes happened.
Renee, it was so bad.
I can't wait to watch it, but I'm also terrified to see what y'all did. And then I realized that this is how Bree must have felt when the adventures of JD and Artie were going on.
Yeah, we did a lot.
Bree, and I'm sure Heavenly too, for that second session, it was the same thing.
Yeah, we did a lot of stuff. JD, I think it might be good if we can somehow access my memories of my time with Adam Watson. Any of the videos that we are able to find are from an outside perspective. If I was there with him from the time that he entered the facility until the time that he left, I may have a more intimate picture of what happened.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we can see what we can find, and Yeah, let's do that. I mean, to be honest, I'm not sure that this clinic is going to be the best place. If I'm going to be doing a deep dive into your memories, it'd help to have some better tech.
JD, I've been thinking about something as I have been able to access memories. I know coil isn't organic, but is there a way that that can be used to help with collecting anything from coil?
Huh.
I haven't even tried on anything inorganic. Robots,
uh,
machinery, nothing.
I think it's possible. I've seen you do some pretty incredible things, Vestal, so I wouldn't put it past you by any means. I don't know how that would work.
I'm not sure either.
Vestal
It,
question, sorry. Have
no,
you actually told any of the other characters about your interaction?
Oh, not yet.
Okay, no, I'm just asking so I don't.
I have been not sure what a good time to bring up that would be.
We're gonna make Renee watch the entire video back. It's gonna be great.
I know. I'm not even going to be able to wait till YouTube. I'm going to watch it at normal speed on Twitch.
Let's just say that that facility held people like me, people who were given this kind of power, and I'm just kind of rub my forehead. This, whatever it is, the oldest person they had there was in that facility for over 140 years. It's easy to say that they're probably twice, maybe 3, 4 times as old as I am. And that's saying a lot.
Oh.
I don't know if all of the children or the people that they have there are like that, or if it's a select few. I know that I can't just pass on what I have to people, so it's hard to
Well,
say.
Adam wasn't like that, was he?
No.
Right? Wait.
Yeah, we just saw the one person, right?
It was just the
There
one
was
person.
that
But they said they
one.
housed people who were much older, not just that one, but a few. And I don't know any organic life that can just survive over hundreds of years.
Okay. Yeah. But they had some people that were just laying down being fed the whole time. I mean, they may have, what did they say? Medical sacrifices or something like that? Something I really didn't want to ask more about.
What? That
was
sounds
me.
awful.
I typed that into chat. I don't think that was
That sounds awful.
Well, clearly Artie wasn't paying very good attention to that.
Understandably, with what happened in the process.
Okay. So, Vestal, you don't think that these screen children share your abilities, right?
The one that I met did. She could speak to
Okay.
me telepathically. And she could see me through,
Okay.
more or less through a wall.
So then we can't rule out the possibility that Adam Watson was magic?
I think it's less that, but possibly that he was being groomed to receive one of these That's a good possibility. That's what that facility does.
That groom thing totally makes sense. If you watch those videos, I mean, the ladies who came to visit him, they were definitely doing something. They were invested in what he was doing.
Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna bring this up and then I'm gonna like drop it, right? But there's that one time that Adam Watson disappeared right in front of us. You think that was probably like a technological thing, not like a magical thing, right?
We can hope. I mean, he didn't have any indications of being magic. I didn't see anything. I'm sure he'd have had much more fun with us if he could have.
Okay.
His version of fun.
Okay. Okay. Wow. So we've learned a lot today.
We have learned a lot.
I didn't. I was passed out in the bathroom.
I mean, you learned it from us afterwards, so you still learned a lot.
Fair point. I am still worried about Dot. I mean, okay, so here's my concern. If her comms aren't working and we can't get a message to her, and this place is more or less cleared out and the clinic has moved on, then we're gonna need better tech to see if we can find memories on Coil's hard drive, and I don't have that here. I do at our apartment. Crowbar had some similar tech at hers. I hate to wait around for Dot and I hate to leave her, but I think she'd want us to keep going.
Yeah. I mean,
Dive
last
deeper,
time she
figure
didn't
out
come
more.
back. Yeah, she didn't come back right away last time. It was a while.
It could be a while again.
That's true. She wouldn't want us just sitting around an empty clinic waiting for her.
We could give it till morning.
We did pack overnight bags, didn't we? Yeah.
I'm just afraid
We
that
should probably...
That building might be holding a lot more than what we saw. Something underground.
I mean, it's almost positive, right? They said that there were almost 3,500 students there.
And we saw what? Maybe 50 of them passing.
They just walked us down that same... Yeah, we didn't even see into those cubicles for most of them.
And none of the cubicles had more than one person in them.
And they did say they have a greater capacity than they're at.
Yeah.
Okay, a couple things. First off, I have contact information to host a screen care party at our cafe.
Okay.
Just throwing that one out there, which is about 2 hours away from us right now. But on the flip side, like if we needed to stay closer to the building, I could see what kind of tech I could scrounge up around here. I might have to find a place with better Wi-Fi.
Maybe we should see what the clinic has first. I'm sure they have some kind of connection.
Yeah, I mean, I can see what I can dig up, and if we can get something working here, then sure, we don't have to travel very far at all until maybe later if we do want to host a donor patron party for Scream Care. We'll get to that. We'll figure that out later.
I really don't feel like running into Amanda again at a party.
Yeah, we'll get to that later. Wires, computers, pretty much anything that looks like tech. If y'all could help me find that and we could gather it, I can see what we have.
Alice, does the facility even have power right now?
You don't see power in this clinic. However, you have, you can see some left behind screens that look like they've just been literally just left. There's not a lot here. There's like the old tables, there's a chair, there's a screen or two, but looks like maybe something could be made up of it, but it's not a lot.
Is there some way that we can, like, turn on the power to the building? Is there, like, a breaker or...
Soren sort of sits up. I am technically a power source.
Oh. I forgot
Okay.
about that.
Whenever you use your power, I worry a little bit. I don't want you to overdo it.
And Soren sort of tips her head to the side. It is one of my main functions.
Yeah, okay, I feel like I'm getting sass from Soren, so I'm going to start putting pieces together.
And you see that she sort of opens almost this thing in her side where you can see where you can start wiring things up to Soren to get the power. And can you roll me an intellect check, please? Just to see how well you can make this function.
Is there any chance that someone who's already in Roll20, since I forgot to pull that up when I got home, could do that for me?
I will do
Yeah, I
that.
can do it. Oh, you got it, Alex.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hey.
Go. The
What's a
nat
good roll?
20.
What did I get? Oh, it did?
On a nat 20, you are to be able, with probably help from Artie and Soren, sort of bit like you can see almost like a power pack, so she starts plugging things in to her side. You can generate this energy as you can bring up 2 screens, and there is power.
Okay. With those screens active, I'm going to try and get a few more wires over to Coil.
Mm-hmm.
See if I can use the screens as monitors and do kind of like a deep dive into their hard drive.
Okay. Coil, do you allow this, first of all?
Oh, definitely. I allow. Yeah. I want to find all this shit out too, you know?
Can I see if I mind read Coil at the same time they're trying to pull information out? If that does, I mean, it won't hurt to try.
Okay. So just to see how much you find, can you just roll me a straight up intellect, please? As Coil, you sort of sit almost side by side with Soren, effectively plugging in.
Oh my
Do I have a reroll?
goodness.
I don't think so. Oh, I do. I have a
You do
reroll.
have a reroll.
Anything is better than that nat one.
Okay.
It doesn't. It's not gonna do much. I do have an edge in this, if that helps.
Wait, does anyone else have a reroll? Because I will spend it for here if there is one.
I have a reroll. Can I give my reroll?
You can give your reroll.
I give you my reroll.
Wait. What is I have a 50.
You have a 50-50, so I would get you to roll a 1d2. 1 would be a nat 1.
But we have to go with that.
Would be a nat 20.
Oh.
That's such a risk.
I mean, if I screw it up, it's gonna cause a problem, and we don't want
Just
that.
use my
I'm
reroll.
so sorry, Zelda. You used your rolling mojo on me.
No, use my reroll. Do it again.
I'll use a reroll.
Hang on, I rolled for Renee. I just realized.
Oh, sorry. Alice, you rolled for me? I misunderstood. That's my bad.
Okay. I'll use one
Alice,
more
you
reroll.
used your rolling mojo on me.
Which never happens.
I have an
Thank
edge.
you,
Can I
generous
apply effort
GM.
to get
You can
a
apply
4?
effort. Mm-hmm.
Can I apply 2 bouts of effort in one?
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay,
We'll
I'm
do
gonna
that.
do that. 2 bouts of effort, and my edge brings that to a 5.
So you reach out, and first of all, you hear like a static in Coil's sort of memory. And then you hear Adam Watson's voice talking to Coil. You just hear, "She came to visit me again. Again. All the time. But it's okay. She thinks she's the only one who does. It's fine. We'll get out of here soon. She's really clever. I really like her. She's so interesting. I mean, she's my only way out." And it cuts off. And almost as it cuts off, the screens flick up. And Artie in particular, and Coil, you sort of see the same, basically CCTV as you did before. There's a blonde woman, there's Jane Doe that walks up to the screens. You see it days on end as it sort of starts to reel through again. And one of these cameras seems to focus on Adam Watson's door, but you can see other cameras that seem to focus individually on the doors. And you see Coil again walk up to this one-way mirror as Adam Watson sits and watches the screens, flashing these images, these words. And Coil reaches out and presses their hand against this one-way mirror again. And just at the corner of the screen, you see another hand as someone walks towards and places their hand up against Coil's, almost in confusion, as Dot stares back at Coil. And that's where we'll leave Eden.
What?
Zelda looks like she's mad at me.
Renee, are you happy or upset that you got out of the car and on the phone for this?
No, I had to be here. Oh my gosh, like literally until my mom started winning awards, my knees were like bouncing. I was like, Eden, Eden's in an hour, Eden's in 45 minutes, Eden's in 30 minutes. Oh, they won an award. Oh, okay, I'll be fine for a little bit. Eden. Oh, another award. Good, cool. Eden. So, I have a problem, I know.
Is everyone okay?
Oh, so good. I
Okay.
love this game.
It's
Oh,
been
dang.
chaos. This one has been absolute chaos and it's hilarious. So, in true Renee style, Renee came here in a car once again. But what I would like to hear from everyone in the Discord is their favorite moment and theories, because I love me some Eden theories. So, other than that, we will be back here next week, same time, for some more Eden, and hopefully find out where Dot is So until then, evoke emotions, everyone, and we will see you then.
See you in the Discord.